Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Imran Saeed, and as you know, we were studying the human computer interaction in chapter number 3, and the name of that chapter was the interaction. And in interaction, we have seen so far many interaction styles with the help of which we used to interact with the computer. And in the last lecture, we were studying about the Windows or WIMP interfaces, and we talked about the windows, icons, and the menus. So now we will today study the keyboard accelerator. It is again in WIMP. It is part of the WIMP lecture, and now we are studying the keyboard accelerators. In fact, you have seen the Control C, Control V, Control Z, Control X, Control P. So these are the shortcut keys. In fact, these key combinations are known as the keyboard accelerators. So now you will find it is very easy because you're using on the daily basis these shortcut keys. So now it says the keyboard accelerators sometimes offered key combinations that have same effect as selecting the menu item. I can click, cut, copy, paste, or I can use the Control C, Control V, Control X from the keyboard. So it is something important that our software must have the keyboard accelerator so that we may not compel the user to use the mouse, and he may use or she may use the shortcut keys. And the rules and the principles also tell us that whenever you make a software, try to provide the shortcut keys to the frequent users, right? So now you have a reading assignment over here. Keyboard accelerator dishonest interface on page 150. Here you will find out that when some key combination does not work, while we know that this combination works for this. So you will have to study this dishonest interface. Now we move towards the general problem, right, for the keyboard accelerator, for the menus. So now you have seen we can use the menus, we can check the menus option with the help of the keyboard accelerator, but still there are general problems. What to include menus at all and how to group items. One thing is very important. There are so many options that you have to cater, that you have to manage. So sometimes we put those into the ribbons, in the toolbar, into the menus. So the question is what you will have to manage, right? What you will have to put in the menu. So normally we put those options that are required frequently. So now it says, in fact, your menus must not be too long, right? Because it must be must come on that particular screen, not go beyond that. Grouped and consistent. Your every menu will be uniform. If my first screen contains file and first option of the file is new and second is open, then if file menu appears on the second and third screen, then it must again have the same consistent options, new and open, on the screen number 2 and the screen number 3. So this is something that those must be grouped and consistent, that is uniform. Ordering, importance and frequency. As we studied in the last lecture, that whenever we make the menus, we always combine them, group them on the basis of their functionality. How do they function? All the menus related, or all the options related to the file must come under the file category. All the options that are related to the editing options must come under the edit, and those who are mostly used, frequently used, those must be near to the user so he or she may use it easily. Then we have WIMP addition. There are more controls that are used in the WIMP. It says there are additional things associated with WIMP system: buttons, individual and isolated regions. In fact, in our screen there are some individual and isolated areas or regions with a display that can be selected to invoke an action. So we can press a button and it will perform some action, it will perform some command, right? So these are known as the command buttons. So along with the command buttons, we have many other kinds of buttons, and very few common are the radio buttons. In fact, these are the buttons 1, 2, 3, 4. You would have seen mail, female, and those are the radio buttons. So in fact these are the options that are mutually exclusive. That is, only one of those options can be selected. So whenever we have such situation where we will have to select only one option out of two, out of three or more options, then we use the radio buttons. And then we have the check boxes. These are non-exclusive choices. That means more than one can be selected. If I have an option that hobby, and there are 8, 9, 10 hobbies, and check boxes are along with them, then I can check traveling, check writing, check reading. So I can select more than one option. For this we have the check boxes. Then it talks about the pallets. What are the pallets? Indicates the set of possible modes available plus the current mode. If I give you a very simple example, just think about the Microsoft Paint, and you will find in fact different palettes in it in the form of shapes. You will find a triangle, you will find a rectangle, you will find a square, a line or anything. So in fact these are different options available, and it has placed all the options side by side. It has tiled the options, and whichever option you select, it shows you right now or currently this option has been selected. So in fact palettes are what? They indicate the set of possible mode available plus the current mode selected. Usually a collection of tiled icons. So example, a drawing package may have a palette indicating whether boxes, circles, lines or text are being drawn. Another that indicates a set of fill pattern available. So all these are in Microsoft Paint. What kind of pattern we have selected, what kind of brush size we have selected, and more common is which color we have selected. Every color is styled in a palette, color palette. So we can select the colors from there. So these are the options, and on off option can be there 2 buttons only, right? So it depends upon the requirement, how many buttons, how many options are present in a palette. In Windows, we also have seen the toolbars. In fact, these are the collection of small buttons with icons. So we make a toolbar and it has some icons, and every icon performs some task. So in fact, these toolbars are to provide the ease to the user so that he may or she may not go to the menu, inside the menu, and they may perform the action while sitting outside and clicking the options like save, open, cut, copy, paste, bold, italic, underline. So all the options are visible in the toolbar. So these are placed on the top or the side of the window. More functions. How more functions? Because the button size are smaller. These are not the command or something. So in fact one toolbar can have more tools, more options in it. And there are customized toolbars. Sometimes we design our own toolbars. We make the customized toolbar in Word or in our other tools, in which we can place only those options that we need frequently. So whenever I am in Word, I will invoke my toolbar and it will be having all those options that I need, right? So it is something customized toolbar that can be tailored, that can be customized according to your requirements. Then in the Windows we have the dialog boxes. In fact, these are the information windows that pop up to inform of some important event or request certain information. For example, if I am copying something and my flash gets filled, it just shows me the disk is full. So that dialog box is informing me of something so that I may take some action. Similarly, whenever we are saving a file, our dialog box is displayed to allow the user to specify the file name. We write down the file name, we mention the location, we also mention the type of the file, PDF, Word or whatever. Once the file is saved, the box disappears. So now it says all these controls, the buttons, toolbars, palettes, all these options, in fact these additions are known as widgets, right? So we are using these controls, and in fact these controls collectively are known as widgets, right? These widgets can be used to make the look and feel of our system. All discussed additions are collectively known as widgets. A particular style of drawing these widgets and their behavior when activated make up the look and feel of an interface. So how do I arrange these buttons, these options, these pallets, right? So in fact this defines the widget. So these widgets define the look and feel. If I like the arrangement of all the controls, that means I like the look and feel of my software. But if those are not organized properly, so I will say no, I do not like them. So those widgets in fact are required to place intelligently so that our system may provide a better look and feel. So now this is all about the WIMP. In the next lecture we will study about the interactivity, inshallah. Thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.